Are you thinking about purchasing a home in Manitoba, but you aren't sure if you should use your bank or if you should go with a mortgage broker? In this video, I cover the key differences, some pros and cons of both, and give my honest opinion, my professional opinion of the two options. Now, if you see value in these videos and in the content that I put out, please like, share, and subscribe as it helps with my business, the algorithm, and it's very much appreciated. Alternatively, if you're looking to purchase a home anywhere in Winnipeg, Manitoba, or surrounding areas, I would love to help you. And the beauty thing is that as a buyer, this costs you nothing to work with me. That's right, it's totally and 100% free. So if you'd like to book a call with me, my contact information is in the description below. So now, without further ado, let's get into it. The bank versus broker debate is a common one as a home buyer. Sometimes, however, I talk to people who want to work with me. They're just starting their search for a home and they've already been pre-approved through their own bank or credit union. So why do people think to go to their own bank or credit union directly instead of first looking at both options? The reality is that they likely already have established a relationship with their bank, as it's where you go to do all of your day-to-day financial transactions. Your paycheck likely goes directly and auto-deposited into the account, and they already have all of the client's financial history, full visibility, and account information. Sometimes that can make the process of getting pre-approved for a mortgage a little bit easier. And sometimes there's just a comfort level there, and it's less time-consuming. But wait a minute, if it's just that easy, then why do independent mortgage brokers exist if you can just head on down to the bank? Well, the reality is that brokers will have more options for you. All sorts of different products and rates from different types of lenders, whether that's from the big 5 banks, credit unions, home finance companies, private lenders, and more. They'll have access to different mortgage products with terms that are more beneficial for you, to which your bank may or may not be willing to offer you. Now, going to the bank, sometimes loyalty will come into play. Depending on the bank and depending on what kind of a loyal customer you are, some banks may cater a little bit more towards that perfect AAA+ customer. They may be able to bend some rules, negotiate a better rate, or pay special attention to your file when you do end up getting your offer accepted. But most of the time I found that banks are a little bit more rigid in their rules and don't necessarily believe in loyalty. New customers to that bank will oftentimes get better treatment and service rather than the long-standing existing customers. If you don't fit into their box of products and rates, then you're kind of left out in the cold. It's definitely not like this with all banks, but unfortunately, I've seen it more often than not. Going back to the broker isn't stuck with one product or mortgage. Their job is to shop your mortgage application around to a multitude of different lenders with the intention of finding the best product for you. For some people, this means the lowest possible interest rate is the most important thing. For others, it's finding the lender with the most relaxed prepayment penalties. Whatever it may be, the mortgage brokers have access to a lot more options than just the big 5 banks. Another pro for the mortgage broker is that they're really specialized in mortgages and do mortgages every day, versus the bank, where the person that you talk to at the branch may be doing a multitude of things such as lines of credits, car loans, and maybe 1 or 2 mortgages here or there. A mortgage broker is only doing mortgages and things like home equity lines of credit. And because of this, you are likely to get better service and better advice from the broker over the person at the branch. Another big pro for the mortgage broker is that because they are commission-based, similar to myself, they are only paid once you're happy and satisfied. This means that they're likely to be a little bit more motivated to go above and beyond than the banker at the branch that's likely paid hourly or salary, which is totally fine. Nothing against salaried employees, but we find that this means they might not process your file with the same motivation as someone who is commission-based. Another major difference between the bank and the broker is the hours of operation and their availability. Banks are typically open 8 to 4:30 or 9 to 5, some banks being open a little bit later. With mortgage brokers, however, they're available when it's convenient for you. If we're in a pinch and we need an answer right away on something, it's more likely that the independent, self-employed mortgage broker will get back to you ASAP, whereas you may have to wait until the next business day to get a hold of the bank. The one thing that I always tell my clients is that real estate does not happen from 9 to 5, and things can happen very quickly when you finally get that offer accepted. The last thing we want is for a conditional deal with a financing deadline to be waiting in the wind until the banker gets back to work. whereas I've had a mortgage broker submit a deal to the lender while they're on vacation in Mexico. Now, one of the downsides to a mortgage broker could be that they may not have access to some of the larger lenders out there like RBC or the Bank of Montreal, as these lenders tend to have their own mortgage specialists who are mobile. You can chat with them and submit applications after branch hours, and they tend to be a little bit more available when it's convenient for you, which is honestly great. And there are definitely some incredible mobile mortgage specialists out there with some of these larger banks and institutions. Now, if you want a mortgage product that one of these banks offer, then this is where I may suggest that you speak to one of the mobile mortgage specialists. The downfall, however, is that they will only be able to offer specific bank products, rates, and services, and not the rates of other products and other lenders. So here's my recommendation on what I think you should do if you're looking to purchase a home and are seeking a pre-approval. Look at all options. Talk to your bank, talk to your credit union first to see what they'll offer, and then talk to an independent mortgage broker. The reason for this is to find the best situation humanly possible for your mortgage, as this is likely to be one of the largest transactions that you'll ever make. So why not get all the facts up front before making that decision? This is what my real estate business and the services that I provide is all about, making sure that you have all the information possible to make the decision that's best for you. If you decide to go with the bank, my advice is to use a mortgage specialist from that bank, someone who will be available when it's convenient for you. And of course, the same goes for the independent mortgage broker. Now, if you need some absolutely amazing recommendations for mortgage brokers or mortgage specialists, please let me know. We work with top-notch professionals in the industry and would love to point you in the right direction. As a bonus, here are 2 common misconceptions about mortgage brokers. Number 1, many people think that if they use an independent mortgage broker and that mortgage broker puts their mortgage with a lender that's different from the purchaser's own bank, then they will automatically have to switch over all of their banking over to the lender who has their mortgage. This is definitely not the case. The winning lender who gets your mortgage through a mortgage broker will be added as a payee to your everyday banking. Second common misconception about brokers that I hear about is that they charge fees that the banks otherwise won't charge, that you essentially have to pay the broker. 99% of the time, this is not the case. The only time that a purchaser would have to pay the broker is if the broker got them set up with a mortgage with a private lender or alternative lender that isn't willing to pay the broker's commission or fee. This is usually only common for people who are in a pinch, having a really tough time getting an approval for a mortgage through a traditional lender, and maybe they require a little bit more help through private financing, which typically comes at a higher cost and a much higher rate of interest. Other than that though, mortgage brokers are totally free. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Please feel free to share it, like it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is James Boschman. I'm a realtor with the Boschman team and eXp Realty. If you'd like to reach out to me directly, my cell number is 204-330-0019. I'm always happy to help.